Great accomplishment seems imperfect, yet it does not outlive its usefulness. Great fullness seems empty, yet cannot be exhausted. Great straightness seems twisted. Great intelligence seems stupid. Great eloquence seems awkward. Movement overcomes cold. Stillness overcomes heat. Stillness and tranquility set things in order in the universe. As I read this chapter, the second line about great accomplishment being outlasted by its usefulness really got me thinking about the motivations we have for our work. When we do something, it's very tempting to do it from a place of trying to receive some kind of recognition for what we do. But truly great works are not achieved in this way. Some of the greatest things ever created are not attributed to anybody in particular. Think about some of the most basic and important inventions that have changed the lives of mankind. Fire, farming, the wheel. All of these things were discovered so long ago that we no longer have any idea who invented them. And yet they were so important that we still use them today, as much or more as when they were first invented. The greatest work is done not for glory or gain, but may be done anonymously, or without any need of recognition or praise. The Tao is certainly the greatest example of this. Although all things spring from it, all of creation owes its very existence to it, the Tao never takes any credit for what it does. Any credit it does get is given to it by somebody else, and many people never recognize its achievements at all. Yet it continues to create and organize and maintain the balance of the universe without any need to be praised for it. It does the greatest work there is, but largely does it anonymously. When we seek to immortalize ourselves by our work, we work in a way that is most likely to benefit us, rather than to benefit mankind. I've seen this a bit as a writer and a video maker. I really enjoy making these videos, and I hope that one day it will become a part of my career. Because of this, I'm often tempted to get caught up in the view counts. It's definitely hard sometimes not to lose the creative process and the striving for numbers. And don't get me wrong, the numbers are important in their own way, especially if I want to keep doing this, because it does take up quite a bit of my time, and I do have a family that needs taking care of. But I also kind of have this feeling that if I just try to focus on creating things that I think are good and beautiful, the numbers will take care of themselves. But it is tough. Lots of small YouTubers end up losing their unique voice completely, just by doing whatever they think will get the most views, and I can totally see why. Yet our focus on doing our best work for the sake of creating something beautiful, and not for the sake of being recognized or turning a profit, sets our work free in a way. We become free to explore options that we otherwise wouldn't. We can get into the flow of creating with less risk of being blocked by our own fear and greed. But it is difficult sometimes. Moving on to the middle of the chapter, we get a little bit about mastery and how sometimes it really doesn't look like mastery at all. It can be hard to appreciate truly great skill when we see it, because one hallmark of true mastery is that the master takes whatever he or she is doing and makes it look easy and effortless. True mastery isn't flashy or pretentious. Because of this, we often look at what the master does and think to ourselves, well, I could do that. But what we don't see is the years of dedication to the task that brought the master to that point. A master doesn't become a master by inventing some trick or creating some new method that gives him an edge. A master may do these things, but they are not the core of the mastery. The mastery comes not from tricks or methods, but from thousands of hours of painstaking dedication to the perfection of the task's fundamentals. The master has mastered the task because he or she has perfect command of the task at its most basic levels. This attention to detail about the most basic and fundamental usually creates impatience within the novice, who thinks that learning the skill is about learning the great intricacies and mysteries of the task. But the master understands that these mysteries are not mysteries at all, if one has a good understanding of the fundamental truths at play. Therefore, great intelligence often appears stupid, and great mastery often seems simple. Finally, in the end of the chapter, we get a little bit about balance. The universe is held in balance partly by the perfect mixture of cold and heat. Stillness produces coldness, and motion produces heat. This is true of our bodies, but it goes deeper than Lao Tzu might have even known. On a molecular level, heat is produced by the rapid movement of molecules, atoms, or ions. Things get colder when these particles begin to slow down and become more still. This balance of motion and stillness brings about the balance of temperature in the world and in the universe. We can apply this law to our personal lives as well. When we are getting too heated in a conversation or in our stress levels throughout the day, the solution is not to try harder to overcome the situation, but to pull back, cool down, let the dust settle a bit. Then, when we are calm, the way forward often becomes clear to us. Old aphorisms notwithstanding, we can try to fight fire with fire, but most of the time, water just works better. Conversely, if our lives, relationships, or situations have become cold and stagnant, it's probably time to get moving. In these situations, an imperfect plan executed with vigor is often better than a perfect plan put off till tomorrow. When things have become cold and stagnant, we should take a step forward and trust that the next step will become apparent as we go. Taoists know that action and non-action are two sides of the same coin, and that Wu Wei, or effortless action, is the ability to flip the coin to whatever side is needed in that moment. Thus, with a blend of tranquil inaction and action taken with trust in the universe, our lives are kept in balance and nothing is left undone. I really enjoyed making this video, so I hope you liked it too. If you want more of this, I think you would really enjoy my Discord. It's a place for all of you to come hang out and talk about philosophy. And right now, we're in the middle of a challenge where we break down and discuss one chapter of the Tao Te Ching every day, and we would love to get your insight. If you are interested in that, you can just click on the link in the description of this video, and it'll take you right to it. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for chapter 46. Peace and blessings.